All right. This is Dustin, Kirk. We're in the Bad Boy Yardie studios hanging out with Danny Wackerla. He's spinning the disc for you. Chris Gooch here in studio.
Hey, world.
Yeah? What do you got, Chris?
Whoa. What's this up?
Right on, man. You told me earlier, man, you have this fucking prostitute story. I've been fucking dying to hear it.
All right.
Lay it on us, Chris.
So probably the day four from baby being back from my rubber rack, and me and my buddy Steve baby. All we were doing was drinking vodka and getting hammered the whole time we were back. Well. Yeah, a buddy of his came up from Tennessee. We went out to the bar, got hammered. Stevie failed at getting laid miserably. So when we catch a cab back to the Bear Bricks, he just decides he wants to buy a prostitute off of Craigslist.
I hear that's fucking dangerous, man.
Yeah. He got called yeah.
Oh, no shit? From the prostitute?
Yeah. So we're going back, and he's talking about getting a prostitute. And but he doesn't want to do it alone. So he's like, Gooch, get one with me. It's like, fuck no, dude. I ain't paying for no prostitute. He's like, don't worry, I'll pay for it.
Right on. Free fucking prostitute, man.
Yeah.
They didn't have a 2-for-1 special on Craigslist that day?
Yeah, no, they did. No. So we get back to the barracks, and we got a couple handles of vodka there, and just start to drink you can. He's trying to find prostitutes, and finally gets a hold of one. She's like, "Well, I gotta call for a friend, and I'll be there in like 2 hours or worse."
That's your typical prostitute, man. They always fucking leave you hanging with the heart on.
Right? It should be easy like Sunday morning.
So what town were you guys in? What town were the barracks and that?
For Fort Bragg, no, North Carolina line, no.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah. So we did realize we have no condoms. So we're pretty hammered.
Who bangs a prostitute with no fucking rubbers, man?
Exactly.
Apparently you're a guy that got chlamydia.
Well. So.
Lord of mercy.
So we go out to my El Camino, no. Which I bought that day for $2,000 cash. And it's kind of a piece of shit. And the carburetor's fucked it up. So I'm trying to get it to start, and we get started in, and drunk as shit. Start driving to the 24-hour shop up a bet to get some condoms. Well, the motherfucker dies like 3 times on the way that they're there.
Oh, man.
In the middle of the street. So he's for freaking in and out, wondering if we're going to miss our prostitutes. And I was like, dude, they said 2 hours are going to be at least 3.
Oh, shit.
So we get there. Only condoms they have are the non-lubricated type.
Wow, that's rough, man.
Oh, I know. But they're proper prostitutes. They get
right.
You just spit on it, right?
You fucking spit on it and put her in.
Well, so we get back to the barracks, and we're just getting hammered. Drink about half of a handle of vodka before they get there. And of course, since he was paying, he made it clear he got the choice and which one won.
Well, that's only fair, man.
Yeah. Well, one wasn't too bad. Look at Ken. Yeah, no. If you seen her at the bar, you'd probably hit on her. The other one probably almost 50-50. Did
Oh, nice.
Missing a couple teeth. And that's the one I got stuck with.
Oh, man. No kidding.
So we go back to the 2 different bedrooms. And see, my prostitute was smart and brought kind of condoms, so she didn't have to deal with the non-lubricated ones we got.
Clever. You don't want to fucking deal with Gooch in a non-lubricated condom. I hear he likes it rough anyway.
Well, in case you've never been with a prostitute, they are little lousy fucks.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of a waste of money, but well. I got my nut off and told her to get edited out.
That's why you hire a prostitute to begin with. That's why you don't pay for fucking cuddle time, man.
My buddy, I guess was trying to sweet talk her or something. Then
I might just have her read to me. That sounds nice. Read me my favorite Western novel.
Sing me a lullaby, would you?
Yeah, do you play guitar?
but it was a while before I heard even any noises from his room. Because in these barracks, there's 2 bedrooms and a common area. And I didn't hear anything for a while, so I guess he was trying to sweet talk her.
Now, did he pay for these prostitutes up front? Or was he kind of trying to work out some sort of a deal to where he can, like, get his nut off for 50% off or something like that? You know what I mean?
No. It was up for front type of deal. And
right on.
They had somebody in the parking lot we were waiting for them.
It could have been the boner pills hadn't kicked in yet either.
Maybe.
They may have. Well, finally I start hearing a little bit of no noise from there, and when they finish, she comes out and goes to the bathroom. Well, his buddy from Tennessee was with us. He was actually passed us out in the bathtub. with the curtain drawn over her, so she never knew he was there. Well, about the time she goes into there, my buddy comes out. He's like, dude, the condom broke.
Oh, no.
And I just started laughing. And according to his buddy, she didn't notice until we went to the bathroom and sat down and was like, oh, shit, and started for freaking out.
Oh, shit, man. Who wants to fucking deal with the fucking broken condom when you're banging a prostitute? I mean, could the timing be any worse?
I suppose it comes with the territory, though.
I guess so.
Well, he ended up getting chlamydia from him.
Oh, man.
Which he didn't treat for a long period of time.
Of course not.
And then he gave it to his girlfriend, and then...
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of explaining to do. Huh?
Well, not really.
Sorry, card and flowers for that one.
Yeah, he didn't get treated for by the time she got it, he'd had it for about a year.
Oh, no shit. Now, tell me this. Did he have the girlfriend while he was hiring the prostitute?
Oh, no.
Okay. Then that could be forgivable, I suppose.
Yeah. And she turned out to be a crazy baby bitch, so kind of worked out good. He gave her chlamydia. But
I don't know if that's fair to say.
Right.
We're all a little crazy. I don't think we all deserve chlamydia.
No, I don't. You know,
Hey, at least it's curable.
There are folks that deserve chlamydia. I mean, because of the fact that it is curable and it's kind of like a bad joke. You know what I mean? But who's laughing anyway?
Nobody right now.
All right, Dan, let's spin a disc.
All right. This is off of Junior Kimbrough's first album, recorded in Memphis, Tennessee in 1966. The track's called Meet Me in the City.
We you, darling. Please don't leave me right now, girl, right now, right now, right now, right now.
All right, that's Junior Kimbrough. All right, so in 2007, one of my good friends, Dan, he's in studio spinning discs. He gets this wild hair and decides to move from Scott City, Kansas to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And let's hear what Dan's got to say about that.
Well, it wasn't just a wild hair. I mean, this was around the time that MySpace was still relevant.
Yeah, back when.
Yeah, and I'd met this band from Minneapolis on MySpace, and we had similar influences in the music that we were trying to write and record and listen to. Like Jesus and Mary Chain, the Brian Jonestown Massacre, Velvet Underground, what have you.
Right.
And they were kind enough to invite me to play a South by Southwest showcase in Austin, Texas that year. And so I told my boss that I was going to visit Minnesota for a potential move there. And I ended up actually going to Austin, Texas for the weekend.
Oh, right,
right. And just meeting so many amazing musicians and seeing so many great shows. I mean, I saw the Black Angels for the first time there. I saw Dead Meadow, A Place to Bury Strangers, The Asteroid Number 4. Just Spindrift, countless
right.
of my favorite artists.
We hung out to Winchester a shitload back then, and I remember you coming back from Austin, Texas with this fucking Y album. I'm assuming his name was Y. And he was kind of like a troubadour in the sense where he just traveled around fucking playing shows, doing his things. And the track that fucking got me was, what was it, Gypsy? What was that? Gypsy? I want to say Gypsy Tramps and Thieves, but I'm pretty sure that's a Cher song.
Yeah, that's not, yeah. I don't know what that track was,
right.
But I tell you something. That guy was awesome.
No kidding.
He put on a great set. I mean, I think he was kind of like the underdog,
right,
of all the groups that played, because he was the only guy that played solo.
Yeah. Did he play just an acoustic set then?
He did. He played an acoustic set, and a couple members from other bands joined him on stage with like a piccolo and a flute. And, I think he had a drummer. But, man, this guy, he really stole the spotlight from a lot of the other bands that played just because of, like, how intimate his set was. And,
right.
I mean, like...
That's fucking rad,
yeah,
man.
for some... I don't know. Tom Petty comes to mind, like, when you listen to Tom Petty records. It kind of, like, gives you that feeling, except for, this guy was a more 60s hip kind of...
Yeah. He definitely looked like those stereotypical fucking hippies from, back in the late 60s. He had the circle glasses, I think, and he just looked like an all-around fucking cool dude that you'd like to fucking, hang, talk with.
Yeah, and I did. I think I ended up spending more time hanging out with Y than I did with anybody else.
Right.
He ended up giving me a really cool ring at the show. And I actually ended up giving that to Sune Wagner, the Ravenettes, at a show. I think it was when they released Lust, Lust, Lust. They played 7th Street Entry, and they just blew my mind. It was the second time I'd seen him, and I've always had a huge admiration for Sune and his style and his guitar work and his influences.
He's super fucking hip, man, and he really respects the where music came from, basically.
Definitely.
I mean, the old Motown stuff to even 40s and 50s music. He's almost a great revivalist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and, the 60s Phil Spector era stuff, too. I mean, Bubblegum, Buddy Holly, the Velvets, New Order even. But, yeah, so I spent that weekend in Austin and just had the time of my life. I was 22 at the time, and I just decided that, the group I was with, they decided that, we had this mutual thing where, they wouldn't mind if I moved up to Minnesota with them, and just kind of, I quit my job / got fired from my job for going to Minnesota, or Texas rather, and yeah, I just packed all my stuff in my car and drove up there. It was the longest drive I'd ever made by myself. I mean, I don't think I'd ever driven more than maybe a half hour to Garden City and back. And it was 14 hours.
I knew you didn't like to drive. I mean, I didn't know that you never drove very far, but I knew you really didn't like to drive. Never really had a driver's license,
No,
and
I didn't.
You get this fucking car, and then you load your shit up into it, and I'm going to Minnesota. You know what I mean?
I got a little over halfway there, and I got pulled over in Missouri.
Oh shit!
And I was wearing a lot of patchouli at the time and smoking weed.
It's like I smell like a hippie.
And I got
big
pulled
target
over
on his bag.
I got pulled over on the interstate. I didn't realize that you're supposed to be in the right lane unless you're passing.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously, Dan, you have not drove very much because that's kind of the rule of thumb.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I got pulled over for speeding and being in the wrong lane, and I ended up getting a paraphernalia ticket for that. And they took all my shit, everything I owned, out of my vehicle and just strung it along the fucking interstate.
There should be some sort of fucking law about that, where if they fucking throw it all over the fucking place, maybe they should pick it up.
You'd think so.
At least put it back where they fucking found it. I mean, I understand maybe not being super organized or kind of a mess when they put it back in there, but fuck, man. That had to have taken a while to put everything you own back into your vehicle.
It was a shit show, man. And I tell you what, they lost my map too. It's a good thing that it's a straight shot to Minnesota from Kansas City.
Or else you would have been fucked.
Yeah. But I got there and I met up with the gang, and everything was peachy from there on. We had a yard sale the next day, and then I just started meeting other people in the city. I mean, it was a bit overwhelming at first, coming from a town that's so small and then moving to a city.
Sure, man, that's a big fucking town.
400,000 people. But, I seemed to fit in right away, and I had a really good time.
You're pretty adaptive to your surroundings, and hell, you're one of the hippest dudes in fucking Scott City for sure.
Oh, thanks, man. That's nice of you to say.
But, yeah, man, I'm sure it didn't take you long for you to fucking find a buddy or anything like that. So
yeah, it really didn't. I want to say it was like 3 weeks in to being in Uptown. I went to a barbecue with one of my roommates, Amanda, and she introduced me to Matt Florence. And Matt Florence was the man. I mean, he is a hell of a cook, for one. If you've never met Matt Florence, he can cook the shit out of anything. And
no shit.
He plays the guitar like a bastard and has a real gravelly voice. Real straight cat, a real rad dude. But yeah, he let me sleep on his couch between the couch and the guitar, or the couch and the garage for about a year and a half.
Oh wow!
I think we did that, and
you just crashed in a dude's garage and
it was the summertime, and you just keep both doors open, and you have a mattress and a couch or whatever, and you just make do, I guess. I'd never done anything like that before.
Summertime in Minneapolis is probably pretty mild, I would expect, from being, in Kansas, where it's fucking just the winters are shit, the fucking summers are shit, and you freeze your ass off in the winter, you fucking sweat like a fucking dog in the summertime. The wind is fucking horrible.
You'd actually be surprised, though. I mean, because we have the extremes in all of our seasons. Well, they do as well in Minneapolis. Well, in just Minnesota in general.
Right.
It's it's colder in the winter, but
I could imagine
it's
in the
just as
wintertime.
just as hot in the summer, in the spring,
kidding.
and they get the same kind of weather that we do. And you'd be surprised, considering how far north they are.
Yeah, I would think the fucking winters would just be fucking horrible.
Well, when I lived in Montana, and then it'd get 110 degrees plus.
In the summertime?
Yeah.
No shit.
No.
And you have the humidity too.
And one thing, the been a bit fit about being up north is that hot period. It isn't as long as it is like down here in Kansas.
Yeah, it's just
no. It's a lot shorter. It still feels long.
Right.
But it's a lot shorter of a time frame that you're dealing with other than that.
Right.
And, in the winter, shit, if it gets up to 30 degrees, you go out to your car and shorts and shit.
Yeah. In the wintertime, 30 degrees is kind of a heat wave in the north, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting back on track.
Sure.
Yeah, I lived with Matt and about 4 or 5 other guys from either Wisconsin or North Dakota. And just, rad life every day, drinking, going to bars, going to sweet shows, barbecuing, just living the life, the high life. And I don't know, I guess what I took away from Minneapolis the most was just all the amazing people that I met. Big shout out to all my Minneapolis friends.
Yes, sir.
And I saw so many amazing bands. There was always something great going on every night of the week. And, it was hard to afford to go to all those shows, but, you just, if that's what you want to do, you put all your money towards that and not buying fucking clothes or what have you. But even, if that's your thing, there are so many hip secondhand stores and record stores. I mean, they had it all. Uptown was the shit.
Right.
Aside from, like, the suburban people on the weekends, that was always the drag, they just fill up all your favorite bars and
fucking tourists.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
But that comes with every city, I suppose.
I would imagine, especially those small Colorado towns that are in the mountains. Could you imagine being a resident there, and then I don't know, when they're probably the summertime comes around, and then you're just fucking invaded by a bunch of fucking camera snapping tourists.
Yeah, I suppose you really have to love where you're living at. Just, to...
Well, a large proportion of those people are making a killing the lane off those people.
That's true,
yeah,
man. And that's that may be what keeps those small towns going,
Well, and those people don't want to travel off the beaten path. They want to go to places that everybody goes to.
Right, they want to go do the fucking tourist shit.
I mean, I've been all over the country, and the coolest places I've ever been were, little shithole towns that there's nobody at, and go to the bar and make friends with everybody in a matter of an hour, and just have a good old time.
Oh yeah, and Craigslist a prostitute too. While you're at it, right, Chris?
That's not so good in smaller towns, but when you're in the big towns, dude, and you have a lonely night, you can find a friend on Craigslist. You can find a friend.
And small towns burn a little slower too.
Small towns do burn a little slower.
Since we're back on the Craigslist part, there was another time. We called him the old man.
Oh, here we go.
He joined. He was in the Navy when he was younger. And then he joined the Army. I think he was 38 when he joined back up. And his sole purpose was to do a deployment and go special forces. Well, there was me, Steve, the old man. Stevie's the one from the first story.
Oh, the chlamydia Steve.
Yeah. And my buddy who owned the house, boy. Well, one night the old man's bitching because he hasn't gotten laid in a while. And he's been on a few dates with no success. So it's like, we just told him to get on Craigslist, and he started thinking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Right.
He's like,
Craigslist is
but
the way to go.
I don't want to be the only one.
No, of course not.
Stevie had a girlfriend at the time, so he's like, no, I can't do it. Well, Boyles was like, no, I'm not fucking a prostitute. So everybody looks at me, and it's like, fuck it, why not? And so he gets on Craigslist and gets to 2. And at first he wants them both for 2 hours. So I was like, dude.
Holy shit.
And pretty much what that translates to prostitutes is an hour
overtime.
An hour is either an hour or you nut, whichever comes first.
Right.
I was like, dude, I don't want you. And he said he was Pepe. So I was like, dude, I was like, just 1 hour for me.
Right. Like how many prostitutes have you come across, Chris?
I'm curious
and
myself.
And did not have paid for because your other buddy was too scared to do it alone?
My mom is not going to listen to this.
Two.
Just 2 prostitutes?
Yeah. Those are the only ones I've fucked.
Just the 2 prostitutes?
Well, actually, at that time,
you are a dirty man.
Stevie had moved out and was living with his girlfriend for a friend. And so we had this other roommate, Garcia, and he had a kid. But he was gone that night for some reason. So I was like, well, fuck it, kid. I ain't cleaning all my guns off of my bed. So I was like, I'm going to fuck her in Garcia's room. We get these prostitutes over, and she asked me to pay, and I give her the money. She's like, I thought this was for 2 hours. I was like, no, just for him is it 2 hours. So we go back to Garcia's room, and I just start banging her on his bed. Well, I didn't realize. I looked at it down all of a sudden. She was moved. The covers got moved around in the as we're. Fucking.
Well, sure.
And I looked at it down, and his 40 is sitting there. By 40, I mean 40 caliber.
Oh, a fucking a rifle or a pistol?
No, pistol.
Hand cannon.
I think it was a Glock or some piece of shit like that.
Right.
But then I just looked at it and I just started laughing.
I have a feeling this podcast is going to be mostly about prostitutes. But it's our first one. So.
I'm almost through my prostitute story. No.
But not the phase.
But I look down. There's this hand gets sitting there. I just start laughing. And I'm just going to town. She looks over, starts getting scared and moving away, and I just hold that on and keep going.
Right. Well, like a fucking trailer on a truck. He was.
Yeah. Well, finally, I was fucking her doggy style, and I got tired of looking.
Oh man.
I got details.
You got the devil is in the details. Man.
I won't mention the next part.
No. This is what it's all about, Chris. By all means, mention it.
I got tired because at first I was like, I just want to fuck you in the ass. I was like, I'll no, quicker.
Oh, man.
And she's like, no, I don't do that. Well, I figured out why as I was fucking her doggy style. It's because that's her boyfriend's spot because her asshole was all protruded and shit.
Oh.
It kind of done a nasty little look. I was like, I can't do this.
No.
So I ended up just jerking off on her and fucking walking in and out. I walk out and she gets dressed. I was like, there's the door. Get out of here.
Chris.
So she leaves. And the old man is still in the back room with his and talking to her and shit and all the this. I don't know. I guess he kind of wanted to feel like he was in a relationship or something.
Oh, Chris.
Wow. Maybe Howard Stern will listen to this. Right. You would definitely fit in well on his show.
Right. I'm pretty sure Chris is a shameless motherfucker, dude.
Is that right, Chris?
For pretty damn close.
Well, if this podcast doesn't get you laid, you still got the hookers you can go back to.
And remember that hooker from Fort Bragg. I always remember that hooker.
What do you say we play another track?
Let's spin a disc.
All right, this is Arthur Lee's band Love. This is off their first album. This is a Burt Bacharach track called My Little Red Book.
Yes, sir.
Well, I just got out my little red book the minute that you said goodbye. I thumbed right through my little red book. I wasn't gonna sit and cry. And I went from A to Z. I took out every pretty girl in town. They danced with me. And as I held them, all I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I start to cry. There's just no getting over you. Oh no. There ain't no girl in my little red book who could ever replace your charm. And each girl in my little red book knows you're the one I'm thinking of. Oh, won't you please come back? Without your precious love, I can't go on. Where can love be? I need you so much. All I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I start to cry. There's just no getting over you. Oh no. Oh, won't you please come back? Without your precious love, I can't go on. It's haunting me. I need you so much. All I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I start to cry. There's just no getting over you. All I did was talk about you. Hear your name and I start to cry. There's just no getting over you. Oh no.
All right.
So that was Love,
The Love Machine.
My Little Red Book by Burt Bacharach.
Right. So, you got tatted up today, Dan?
I did.
By the Magic Man?
The Magic Man.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
He's a fucking excellent artist.
Yes, he is. That's the second one this week
This-
I've gotten.
You're going to fucking run out of room, man.
Well, as long as they don't run out of money, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. Running out of room is second.
Well, my arms are getting pretty full, but...
Well, it's looking good, dude. You don't have a bad fucking tattoo.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you used to still have a lot of room to go with.
Oh yeah. What are you gonna do for filler?
Oh, I was thinking, just get little animals or something like that.
Yeah.
Just, because most of my tattoos are animals.
Animal themed, yeah.
Yeah. So, maybe an octopus like you
Octopuses
got, or
are fucking cool.
a rooster, we're figuring it
A
out.
fucking cock? Is that what you said?
Maybe a little one.
A little cock?
Little red one.
A little red cock, huh? And we'll call him Little Red Rocket.
Will we?
Well, I will. I don't know about you.
All right, Dustin, it's your turn.
Well,
Let's hear a little something about you. Why don't you tell us about the Yardies and how they came about? And
oh yeah,
what you guys are up to these days.
I could do that. Okay. Well, shit, man. Like back when. Oh shit! It was probably 2003, 2004. I started the Bad Boy Yardies with a guy, and we just fucking hung out in his basement. Did our thing, wrote songs, played video games, did our thing. Really wasn't anything too serious. But then...
was it because he wasn't very serious?
He was definitely not serious. Actually...
Yeah, I know the guy.
Right. I love the guy, man. I really do. And I just wish he would get his shit together and become something. You know,
well, it's going to take more than a couple coins in the wishing well to change that cat.
It doesn't.
But,
it doesn't matter.
You know,
what
God
it is.
help him.
Right. It doesn't matter what it is. Just do something. But yeah. Anyways, so I decided that I wanted to get serious about being in a band and being, playing shows, just for the art, and I wrote tons of songs.
Well, yeah, and you produced Aerial Sea Burial, Jacob Apple and I's first record.
Yeah, I did. And
around that same time, right? Was
yeah,
it before you started the Yardies?
It was, I think I started the Yardies before that. But maybe a year. I mean, it was really close. And the Aerial Sea Burial album was fucking really inspiring to me, watching Jacob work. He did his thing,
Oh, man, he's something else, isn't he?
Jacob's a great fucking songwriter. And it's too bad. I don't believe he's doing it anymore, and it's really sad to me, man.
Well, no, he's still writing songs, man. I know he's got over 100 songs in his catalog. He's just he's living in McPherson, and he's kind of in the same situation where we are, where you don't have a lot of musicians around for one, and then on top of that, like-minded musicians or people to share ideas with,
and that's what it fucking takes, man. But anyways, I go and I'm serious about doing a band that's gonna play real shows, not just little fucking basement parties and shit like that.
No, I hear you.
But
basement shows are great, though.
They're a lot of fucking fun, man. Like, I crave those fucking basement shows now. I really do.
But in a small town, I know what you mean.
Right.
It's completely different.
I do crave, the best shows that I've played and the best times that I've had probably were fucking basement shows, man. Where, maybe 12 people showed up.
Yeah, you see your real fans at those shows.
Right, but it was the time of my fucking life, man. And I had a great time doing the basement shows.
Where did you guys first start gigging at when, it started to all come about?
I actually, Mark wanted to fucking jam and have a good time. Drink some beers, just play some music. And anyways, that's where I met Tim. And
right, because he was working for Tim?
Right, he worked for Tim. And Tim's a fucking, how old is he? Like 55, 56?
Maybe we shouldn't say.
Well, we probably shouldn't say. But
sorry, Tim.
It's too late now, man.
Tim, you're 55 or something.
Yeah, we'll just say 55. I think I'm giving him a year or two.
But man, that guy has the spirit of a 20-year-old. I tell you what.
Oh, he does, man. He really does. And but
he keeps it rocking all night long.
He's rocking, dude. Probably the rockinest fucking 50+ dude you'll ever fucking meet. And anyways, I come across Tim, and we did our jamming thing. And then I told Tim. Tim started drumming at a really late age. And he never thought that he was fucking good enough to play live shows. I said, Tim, it doesn't fucking matter how good you are. As long as you can keep a beat, you're doing good. And so I got him talked into, we set a date. This is when we're gonna play. We got a gig for that date at the local fucking pool hall, and it was just me and him. And then I had, I had Elliot Shuckman. He was in the band for a little bit. Things didn't work out. I had John Chorak, which was probably one of the greatest local guitar players I've ever heard live.
Yeah, and if if you're still listening, or if you are listening, you still owe me $100 for a guitar. Just throwing that out there.
Anyways, John thought we needed a bassist, and I wasn't real keen on having a bass in the band. But I thought, what the hell, I'll fucking give it a shot. And so I met this dude. He brings over this dude named Chris. Been playing guitar for less than a year, and we're going to throw him to the fucking wolves and play bass. So, right on. But anyways, I teach him all the bass licks, and I basically teach him to play bass. And the good thing about it is, man, he fucking wanted to learn, and he ended up being a fucking decent bassist, man.
Yeah, Chris is a good guy.
Yeah, and he played numerous shows with us, and he did good. He had his fucking fuck-ups, just like everybody else does, but no big deal, you know? And so...
yeah, I think I was playing in the band at one point in time.
Oh, yeah. You played in the band for a little bit, too.
With, when Chris was in the band.
When Chris was in the band. Yeah, and so anyways, let's see. Well, we're playing this show in Hayes, right? We had it booked for a couple weeks, I think, maybe even longer than that. And the night before the fucking gig, Chris gets arrested and thrown in jail. And Friday morning, because we have to play a gig Friday night in Hayes, so Friday morning...
Thank you, Johnny Law.
Right. We go to fucking Wendy's to get some breakfast, because this is where Chris worked, and when, you know, pick him up when he gets off, gets a little breakfast, you know, do our thing. And we show up to Wendy's, and the manager at the time, or the manager at Wendy's that was on duty, says, well, Chris is in jail. What? Yeah, so we fucking... Ooh, pop the top.
Nice one, Chris.
So we get fucking... We fucking are super fucking nervous. Like, how are we going to play a show without the bass player? And the dude knew the songs that I wrote better than I did.
Who's the dude? Oh, Chris?
Yeah. Chris knew the songs better than I did. And so we hightail it up to the fucking cop shop. It's like, yeah, is there any way we're getting Chris out of jail today? No way. He got busted for
I don't know if we should talk about that.
Yeah. I might not want us to say.
Well, we'll just say he got arrested and busted. And then, so I'm fucking freaking out.
Bless your heart, Chris.
Yeah, bless your heart, Chris. So I'm fucking freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck are we going to do? Well,
because you guys still have a gig to play.
Right. We have an obligation, man. I mean, if, you know, these guys fucking book us, like, you know, as much as we want them to book us. They pay us $500 for 2 nights, give us free motel rooms. I mean, what more can you ask for? And we could basically call them and be like, hey, man, let's play a show. And they're like, cool.
Dig.
You know?
Do you get for free booze?
Well, it's either...
It's booze and whores for this guy.
Right.
That's what he wants.
Well, it's either we get free booze or we get free motel rooms. And since my drummer doesn't drink, we just get the fucking free motel rooms and then fucking pay cash for the drinks.
Right on.
No big deal. I mean, but anyways, so I'm on the fucking horn. I'm going through my fucking Facebook friends. I'm going through my contacts. I'm like, who can I get to play fucking bass at this show? And
in Scott City.
In Scott City. So I call up a friend of mine who I've been trying to get in the band for a while anyway, and we just haven't fucking crossed paths or whatever. So I call Cody Sager. No answer. I was like, you know what? Let's go by his dad's shop and see if he's there.
Cody, answer your phone more often, would you?
Cody should answer his phone more often. But anyways, we roll by his dad's shop. Just so happens that he's walking out getting ready to leave because he has obligations or prior engagements or whatever.
Naturally.
Right. And so I'm like, hey, Cody, what are you doing tonight? He's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, how would you like to play bass for the Bad Boy Yardies tonight?
What a treat.
That sounds like a good time. Poor guy doesn't know any of the songs, never heard us play. None of the original songs, maybe a couple covers he's heard before. And we just throw the dude to the fucking wolves that night. And I tell you what, man, that guy fucking shined on no practice, just fucking show up and started playing.
Yeah, that's very admirable.
No kidding, dude. Because if somebody came up to me, and I'm not bragging about my guitar playing skills by no means.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Just kidding, Dustin.
But anyways, I would tell those motherfuckers to get lost. I was like, you want me to play in front of people and I've never heard the fucking songs before? I don't know what I'm doing. But I went through, I told him the chords right before we played. I went through and he fucking shined, man. He fucking did his thing. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Cody's the man. I love that guy.
Super impressed. And if you guys don't know Cody Sager, this guy's like a fucking teddy bear. He does look a bit intimidating, unless you know who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a stereotypical biker dude.
Hopefully we can have Cody on our next podcast.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Maybe throw fucking call Tim, call Cody.
Yeah, we'll throw Tim on set and see what he's got to say.
I bet he goes, woo! Woo!
But Tim, we are not playing any Boston.
No,
I'm sorry.
Actually,
no Journey either.
No, I actually sold my Boston record that I did have for like $10.
That's not a bad take, you know?
No, I thought, and the corner was kind of tore up a little bit, and I was like, I'll fucking sell that for $10.
So Cody ended up working out. And
yeah. Cody ended up working
band.
out, still in the band, fucking doing his thing, man. We actually have shows coming up in July. We have a show in Dodge City at Central Station July 13th. And then we have a show in Hayes the 19th and 20th, both at the Stadium Club. And I think we're doing something local on the 26th because that's fair time.
Yep.
My buddies, the from the Sham, I think they're playing the Backyard Bash this year on the 26th.
Oh man, they should get the Scud to play the Backyard Bash.
Dude,
those guys are heavy.
The fucking Scud is fucking heavy. They'd be perfect for the Backyard Bash.
They wouldn't, but they would.
Right?
Like,
right?
You know, it's like you got like Mudhoney covers and fucking early Nirvana and just heavy shit. Like,
dude,
if you listen to Black Flag, you'd love these guys.
Right.
But, you know, we're talking about Dighton, Kansas here.
To tell you the
and
truth.
it would be awesome.
To tell you the truth, I've played some shows. I played a show in Utica for the Mayday Festival. And those motherfuckers love Nirvana, man. You wouldn't see it from a small town Dighton or Utica, but it's basically the same place. And
sure.
Those fuckers love Nirvana. We were playing shows and they were like, "Hey, play some Nirvana," so we'd play fucking Nirvana. So they fucking go nuts for that shit.
Oh.
Hey, let's spin a disc, man.
Yeah, why don't we? Let's speed things up a little bit. Let's play some Gun Club. This one's for Joe Guana, if you're listening. One of my Minnesota buddies. This is off their first album, Fire of Love. The track's called For the Love of Ivy.
Look just like an Elvis from hell. My heart is broken, so I'm going to hell. Bear me way down deep in hell. I'm a stew drum man, I want to go to hell. Oh, there goes to Ivy. Oh, it's full of Ivy. Yeah, yeah. What I do for Ivy. Oh, you're the one. I'm gonna buy me a graveyard of my own. And kill everyone who ever done me wrong. I'm gonna buy me a gun just as long as my arm. And kill everyone who ever done me harm. Yeah, I'm gonna get ivy. Oh, oh. It's gonna never ivy. Yeah, yeah. Gonna get ivy. Oh, oh. You the one. Take it down, man. Take it way down. Come on. Yeah, job on eating, job on talk. A job on eat you with a knife and fork. I was hunting for niggas down in the dark. But all of a sudden I had a better thought. Let's go on out there. Oh, oh. Let's go get Ivy. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna live on a hobby. Oh, oh. Yeah. I was all dressed up like Elvis from hell, hell.
All right, that was the Gun Club with the track Poison Ivy.
For the love of Ivy.
For the love of Ivy.
I'm not sure if that song is written about the Cramps guitar player or not.
Yeah?
Maybe someone can fill us in on that.
Yeah, somebody fill us in.
The next track we got is by an amazing 60s girl group. One of my very favorites, the Shangri-Las, Mary Weiss. This next track's called He Cried. If you've ever heard of Roland S. Howard, he did an amazing cover of this. In the 80s. I believe it's on his Teenage Snuff Film album. But yeah, this is the Shangri-Las, and I hope you dig this track because it's one of my favorites.
Always me. He put his arms around me. smile.
And when I told him I didn't love him anymore, he cried. And when I told him his kisses weren't like before, he cried. I knew that our romance was over and done, but for him it had just begun. And when I told him another boy had caught my eye, he cried. And when I kissed him, a kiss that only meant goodbye, he
Alright, so should we play another track then?
Hey, let's spin another disc.
Okay, this is an album and a band that I'm not really too familiar with. I picked this up kind of on a whim. They're called the Pink Mountain Tops, and it's a really bitchin' record. They have a Joy Division cover as the last song. They cover Atmosphere, and that's one of my favorite Joy Division
you gotta
songs.
fucking love Joy Division.
Jennifer Zubik, if you're listening, I know that's one of your favorites too. But this song that I decided to play today is called Tourist in Your Town, and I'm also one to blow up your Facebook wall with songs, because I don't find a lot of use in Facebook other than for that, and I don't get on my soapbox very often. So if I am getting on my soapbox, it's more like me putting a quarter in my jukebox and making you listen to it if you decide you want to hear it.
Right. Anything worth if Dan, let's say this, if Dan puts a song on your Facebook wall, it's worth listening to, because he took the time out of his day to be like, hey, I bet this fucking person loves this song or will love this song, and that's what it's all about, man.
Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I go on. But I couldn't find this song on YouTube. Go figure.
Right.
But Slacker Radio played this, and I have it on vinyl, and I hadn't listened to it in a long time. And thank you, Caitlin, for introducing me to Slacker Radio.
Right.
But yeah, I think you guys will all love this song. It's again, it's by the Pink Mountain Tops, and it's called A Tourist in Your Town.
We spent the night on some rocks.
saw all your photos and pretty pictures on city walls.
Spent all my money on fancy robes, trying to swim you.
But you saw right through all of my moves, my clever disguise, and faulty heart rides. Oh, so now we don't talk, but that's quite alright. You were a tourist in my town. La 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 la. La 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 la. La it's alright, but it's alright.
'Cause I was a model, you were a punk, let's make it obvious.
We spent a night on some rocks, that's where we fought, and rode ourselves hard.
Then I had to go off to Paris, and you had to go hang on the street.
So now we don't talk, but that's quite alright. I was a tourist in your town, just a tourist in your town, just a tourist in your town, just a tourist in your town. 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 Just a tourist in your town.
All right. So what'd you guys do this weekend? Did you do anything fucking fun?
Oh, did we? Yeah, we watched how many seasons of Trailer Park Boys back to back?
We were on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We were on the third season, and I think about halfway through.
God, we watched so many episodes.
That's a lot of fucking episodes, man.
I feel so much smarter.
The Trailer Park Boys really brings it out in you, right?
It does.
I feel like I'm so slacking on my white trashy. No.
And I definitely need to work on my Ricky-isms.
Yes. And how about I think you could relate to Bubbles with the love of cats, Dan.
Oh, I definitely can.
Yeah. You would build a shed if that's all you had and live in it, and you'd let millions of cats in.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually do know how to play that song that he plays when he's drunk. The Kitties Are So Nice song.
Oh, yeah?
I did teach myself how to play that.
Hey, maybe next podcast we'll fucking have you play that song for us.
Oh, boy. It would be a real treat, wouldn't it?
A definite treat.
Okay. You got me. I'll do that.
Right on. Any plans for the fucking upcoming week?
Ooh, just working.
Working.
A lot of work.
Yeah, you fucking slave.
That's okay. Keeps your mind occupied and, well, you know.
Right.
Idle time.
Idle times.
You hand that to the devil.
You know, every time I was jobless, I always wanted a job because after a certain point, you're just like, oh my God, I'm fucking worthless. I need a fucking job.
You want a job, but it's more like, the idea of having the job is kind of what you want. You really don't want to work because nobody wants to work.
Who wants to work?
It's like,
I
you out of your
love
fucking
work
mind.
kicking.
Well, Chris here, he does.
Well, okay,
But
I don't so
me-
much love work kicking, but I love at the end of the day, like, especially a little laborer type job,
Right.
which is pretty much all I can do. It's just the feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, I hear you,
when
man.
you're done.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, no.
it's definitely worth its weight.
Yeah.
To me, it's like it fucking sucks going to work. I mean, I shouldn't complain because I have a job where I don't do what I love. But that being said, I don't have a hard fucking job. All I do is sell fucking booze. and really, it's not much different than a fucking drug dealer's job.
Yeah, except for it's legal.
Well, it is legal, and I can't get thrown in jail for it unless I sell to minors or something like that. But
Then they're just gonna find the shit out of you.
right. I mean, I sell to a minor. I pay $1,000 fine. I'm good to go. Well, I probably get fired, because I'm sure Bryce would have to pay a fucking huge fine because I'm a fucking idiot and sold to minors. But
Yeah, but you don't do that, right?
of course not, man. I ID everybody. Well, unless I know you, then I don't.
I think you even I did me my first at the time there.
I might have.
I just
Couldn't
laugh
hurt.
when people ID me because I look about 10 years older than what I am.
Yeah.
Right. I like Gooch. I'm pretty sure he's 35, but I know better, so he's not 35.
26 going on 35, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is. He really is. I'm pretty sure that Harley Davidson that he drives fucking put some years on him, man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially for as many hours as he rides.
Right. Dude, the dude's
He's
fucking...
true cycle breed.
He is, man. He's like fucking... what's that fucking movie with Clint Eastwood and he rides the bikes all over the fucking place?
Are you sure it's not Dennis Hopper?
Yeah.
It's Dennis Hopper.
And
Easy
Peter
Rider.
Fonda? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
fucking Gooch.
Dennis Hopper directed that, too,
Right,
and
okay.
wrote it.
Gooch is the fucking definition of Easy Rider, man.
He is.
Fucking
I will
rides
give him that.
everywhere. I seen the fucking... He fucking rides
I didn't bring
from...
my Easy Rider record.
Oh, you should... Next time, man.
Next time we'll play that for
Right.
Gooch.
Gooch is the fucking Easy Rider. But anyways, I seen the fucking dude. He comes to my house in the fucking dead of winter from Hugoton on his fucking bike, man. He's got, I mean, granted, he's got the fucking warmers and shit like that, like the electronic deals you plug in.
I just have heated gloves.
Oh, is that
And
all?
other than that, it's the leather chaps, hearts, sweatshirt, and a leather jacket. And
That does
no.
the trick. That can't do the trick, dude.
Oh,
When it's
I-
fucking...
I still get Coca-Cola.
I would say,
you
man.
know.
When
Shit, I went all when we went in there without a Coca car,
Yeah.
and then I get a truck and drive it to help a buddy get a trailer and throw the drive shaft out of it.
Oh,
I
man.
had it going for a week,
Yeah.
and then the drive shaft went out of it, and it was like the most expensive drive shaft repair I ever did because I kept fucking up you joints.
Oh, shit. Those
And
are...
then I got it back up and go when we went, and I drove it to town twice, and then I moved here, and now it's just gonna set with more money's worth of tires on in it than I paid for the pickup.
Oh, shit. So,
Yeah.
so you got more money in the U-joints and the fucking tires than you have in the actual pickup?
Oh yeah. It's
That sounds like a vehicle you would own, Chris.
It
does.
It really does.
well, my buddy once I bought a 86 Camaro, or 86 or 85 Camaro off of them, and I didn't even ask what the car was, and because all he said is it's a good Gooch car.
That's
I was like,
exactly right.
That's what he told me. So I was like, okay, how much? And he's like, $2,000. I was like, all right, I'll put the, and I put the money in his account, and then I asked this them like 2 weeks later, what the fuck I just bought.
Was this the car that you were initially talking about when you told your first story about whores?
No.
Was that a different car you paid $2,000 for?
That was an El Camino.
That was an El Camino.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I was actually, I didn't have a car. I just got back from Iraq. And I went to a tattoo shop to visit my friends there who were the artists. And I was walking back. I was walking. I don't remember where I was walking to. And I look over at this, used car dealership, and they got an El Camino. No.
That's right. That's right up fucking Gooch's alley.
So I
man.
go up to
I hear
there.
that.
And they're used to people getting loans for everything. Well, I go up there and I was like, look at the El Camino, and I get in an argument with the mechanic because he's trying to tell me that the carburetor's good and shit, and I test drive of it, and the carburetor's fucked it up. But no big deal. I have some of those in Montana, which I was getting ready to go back to Montana to visit it. I was like, I'll just grab my carburetors and put that on and the brakes were screwed up, and I got in an argument because he said it was perfectly fine. And then,
that's a used car salesman for you.
Well, he wasn't the salesman.
It ain't no lemon.
He was the mechanic and Nick.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And I got an argument with him because he thought that I was an idiot. Yeah.
All right.
Well, then I go up to the sales guy. I was like, well, how much? And he's like, $4,000. I was like, fuck, no. I was like, that thing's been wrecked. I was like, I ain't paying for $4,000 for it. He's like, well, started saying some shit. And I was like, dude, I'm paying fucking kick of cash.
Oh,
so
well, now you're
like,
speaking my language.
So it's like, well, how about $2,000 plus tax title and all that shit. He's like, no. Well, he gets on his little calculator, and he gets on in it.
Because that calculator tells him exactly what the car's
well,
worth.
then he's like, $2,232. So I was like, okay, so how much is that before tax, title, and all that shit? And, processing fees, all that shit
Sure.
they charge. And he's like, oh, 2,000. I was like, isn't that just what I offered you to do?
Right.
No, you said 2,000. No, I said 2,000 plus tax, title, and all that.
Right.
So that's how I got that car. Is just I seen it and I bought it and blew the transmission in it because I revved it up to about 4,000 RPMs and slammed into gear.
What would possess you to do such things? Because
he's the Gooch.
Because
that's gonna fuck it up.
I got a whim and I stayed up all night to put a new intake to take a new carburetor on in it.
Yeah.
Well, when I got finished, I had something wrong. And I couldn't figure it out, and it just kind of pissed me off. And it was something stupid that I should have known. But it's like those simple things. Sometimes you don't think of them because
they elude you.
Yeah. And so I didn't think of it because it was so simple that I just forgot about it. Well, I got pissed off, and I just revved it up and fucking slammed the baby bitch in gear. And I threw out a sprag.
Right.
But I scored a pretty sweet transmission for it. After that was dirt cheap, and even with the shitty engine that was in it, it still chirped the tires going into second and third gear.
Right. This is your typical 5-speed El Camino.
No. It had a automatic.
Automatic.
Yeah, it had turbo.
But it still chirped the gears.
Yeah. I mean, it was a built for transmission. It was supposed to go behind a guy had it for his second generation. Row.
Yeah.
And that car he had dyno. It was pushing about 400 horse.
Yeah.
So it was a built for transmission, and he sold it to me for real cheap. And even with that little 305 in it that was pushing like 190 horse tops.
Yeah.
It still tripped the tires, but I mean that thing was a cruiser.
Yeah.
And
that's what El Caminos are for, man. Is hauling your fucking gear or whatever you have. I'm sure. I know you're probably you're your typical fucking Harley Davidson rider and doesn't want to fucking haul your bike anywhere. But
he's not your typical Harley rider. Not these days. Chris is rare.
See, I've met only a few people, who can say they've rubber ride even in and close to as hard as me.
Right.
One guy tried to say he rode harder than me one night.
No.
And I straight up told him, I was like, let's rubber race to Kansas City and back.
Yeah.
And to put this in perspective, Hugoton is pretty much the southwest corner of Kansas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's probably a good 8-hour drive to.
I don't even know
to Kansas City.
I don't even know. And I straight up told him, I was like, you have the advantage because I don't know how to fuck. I don't know what rubber roads to take.
Right.
I was like, so I'm gonna be getting maps and figuring that out.
Right.
And I straight up told him that as like, let's rubber race to Kansas City. And he told me that it was night out. I was like, well, what's that matter?
Right, you're a fucking bike rider, man.
Yeah,
you fucking do your thing.
You know, and he wouldn't do it, and then he realized how much I did ride.
Yeah.
You know what, Gooch? Though I think you should try and ride with Dwayne Farrell.
Yeah, he rides a lot too.
He rides his Softail all year long.
Definitely year long.
Like that is his vehicle for the entire year.
Yeah. I've seen the dude ride on
and
icy
he's
streets.
so rad.
Yeah.
I love Dwayne. He's one of the nicest guys around.
He is a fucking rad dude,
and
man.
Like you, Chris, he's that rare cycle breed. You know, not just a weekend warrior or some guy that's got a ton of money to drop into fucking Harley Davidson because, you know, you gotta have the finest things in life.
Right. Well, you know, when
Scott City, I'm talking to you.
Right. Well, no, when you buy a bike, a motorcycle, I mean, the only brand that comes to mind, and I guarantee you it's the first brand that comes to mind, is the Harley Davidson.
Well, yeah, it's an American name.
Yeah. I mean, it's really not as American anymore as it used to be. Because I think they do 51% of the parts are made in America.
I wasn't aware of that.
You got Polaris right now with the Victor Ribberies, and Indian is now owned by Polaris, and you got these other American companies. But on a Harley, the only thing on a Harley that is metric is the fucking forks.
No shit.
And that is the clamps for your front axle, and those are metric. I forget who makes the full fork. It says on them who makes them.
Yeah.
But they're the only thing that's metric on a Harley Davidson.
Right. Everything else is standard.
And so they're keeping true to America. And
right.
There's people who try to say that the Harley engines are outdated. And in a way they are, but you know what? They still progress this old style of engine with this radical firing order. You have over 230 degrees of engine rotation with nothing firing rubber ring.
That's fucking nuts,
and that's where they get their sound. And they try to talk shit about it, but Harley's still doing it in it.
Yeah.
And they're keeping true to their tradition. They're
right,
and they're not going to change their engines to where they're not the traditional sound and
right.
Well, except for the VV.
I mean, and that reminds me a lot of because I'm more of a musician than a writer, but when it comes to amplifiers, tube amplification, vacuum tubes is a dead technology.
Yeah, that's the way to go, though.
But yeah, I mean, anybody that knows anything about amplifiers, you put money into it, you want to get a tube amp, and it's a dead technology, but I mean, that's where your tone comes from, are those tubes, and you can't argue with that.
No, you can't.
There's no sense in doing so because you're an idiot if you do.
Right. I mean, anybody that fucking is playing a solid state amp that knows what the fuck they're doing, plays or aspires to play a tube amp just because the fact that it's a hell of a lot more expensive to buy a tube amp than it is a solid state.
Just like a Harley.
Well, sure.
But it's
sure.
it's true and it's tested.
These other cruisers, Yamaha, they're 1900 engine. It's 113 cubic inch. It could cost more than my motorcycle.
Right.
and my motorcycle was one of the cheapest Harleys that was not a Sportster.
Right.
You know, it's a street Bubba Bob. And the only reason I bought a new Bubba bike is because I'm a drunk. And if I would have,
you are a drunk.
If I would have not even quit drinking,
and a lover of whores.
If I would have just slowed that down on drinking for 2 months, I would have bought a bad ass. I think it was a 76 shovel head. That was just beautiful. And
doesn't Cody own a shovel head around
Cody,
that era?
I think he does.
I want to say his is like a 77. From what I've heard him talking.
Yeah.
You would know better than I would, just because you fucking file his tags. But I know he has a shovel head. I don't know what era for sure, but.
Sorry to cut you off there.
But you know, my price for this Bubba bike was $7,000.
Yeah.
They were asking $10,000 from anybody else.
Yeah.
And it was well worth that. But my price, because they're Bubba buddies of mine, he said he'd sell it to me for $7,000. And it's just like all I had to do was not even quit drinking, just slow down on drinking.
Right.
For 2 months,
and you would have been able to afford this
and I would have had it, but I couldn't do that. So I went to the Harley dealership and got a brand new. It wasn't even built yet. They just had it that it was going to be there.
So no ass cheeks has touched your seat before.
Oh yeah.
Mine have.
I paid for that bike before it was ever built.
Yeah,
oh,
would
no
you have
shit.
like 12 miles on it?
Well,
because they always put like 12 miles on
Harley
it.
Harley always test rides their bikes to make sure that, you know, something, because, you know, they're built in factories.
Right.
You know, there's things that, you know, something could be machined wrong. You know,
Right.
There's always that possibility. So they test ride every one of their bikes, just for, you know, for safety. So when I got it had 7 miles on it, and it actually I rode it from the dealership to the Bubba Bar.
Yeah,
which was
I remember you telling me this.
Before I put as many miles on it as the test ride, I rode it completely blitzed.
Oh, no shit.
Because my plan was to go to the Bubba Bar and show the owner of the Bubba Bar and one of the bartenders my Bubba bike.
Yeah.
Because the owner, she didn't rubber ride, but
and buck naked.
She rubber rode with her boyfriend, and then one of the bartenders rubber rode, and you know, 15 mile, and she was a hard rubber rider. And I was going to show that to them. Well, neither one of them were there when I got there.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I'll have a few baby beers until they get here, because they were both supposed to be in you know, an hour or so.
Yeah.
Well, and then my buddies all get off of work. I got off of work early that day, and they all called me because they wanted to see my bike, and I was like, I'm at Firehouse, which was a bar in North Carolina, until a tornado took it out of the doubt.
Oh shit.
And they all come there, so it went from having a couple of beers until, you know, the owner and bartender showing up to I left there at 2:00 in the morning. And,
riding this bike you just bought?
Yeah. And I picked the Bubba bike up at about 2:00 in the afternoon. And then
oh man, that's a lot of hours of fucking drinking, man.
Yeah. But, you know, I only lived a mile from the Bubba Bar, and it
That's not
made
so
it.
bad.
And how many miles have you put on that bike since you bought it?
Let's just see.
It's a 2011, right?
Yeah. I've had it for 25 months. Because it's June.
So a little over 2 years.
I've averaged at least 1,000 miles a month.
Oh man,
boy.
that's
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
rider. If
Proud of
you
you
ask me.
today.
No shit.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, there's been a month. Well, shit. I rode from Hugoton to Knoxville, straight through.
Oh,
And
man.
you know, that's well over. You know, there was the times, and you know, I rode from Hugoton to Montana straight through. So
Right.
you know, there was days I put 1,000 miles on in a day.
Right.
But you know, over the whole period of owning the Bubba bike, I've averaged 1,000 miles a month.
Yeah.
And that was with having a hip surgery.
Right,
The
and
first year.
not being able to ride.
Well, I actually get yelled at of that by my physical therapist.
For riding
Because
your bike when you were
so 7 days after hip surgery, I rode my bike to physical therapy.
and of course that's a no-no, right?
She was pissed.
Attaboy, Gooch.
Well, what do you think? Should we end the set?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I think Dan's got the fucking red pins up for us next.
Yes, sir. Minneapolis representing
Represent.
Howard Hamilton and Laura Bennett. You guys, I tell you what, I knew you guys before you even put this record out in 2009. You are excellent fucking people, so nice, amazing musicians, and in my opinion, you are always the best band to see live while I was there. Yeah, so I miss you guys a ton. I miss Minneapolis, and that's why I decided to end the set with a Red Pens track. The song's called Hung Out, and it was always my favorite, and Howard knows that whenever I was at one of their gigs, I would always yell this song out for them to play it last.
Right. Well, usually your favorite song when you go to a show, you fucking start yelling their fucking closing song at the beginning. And they're like, hold on, we'll play it. But you still can't help yourself, and you still fucking yell out the song.
I always waited, though. I always waited till, late in the set, because I knew that they would, because they used to end their sets with it.
Right. You knew the band. You knew, kind of their fucking forte. And
I hoped,
right.
Through several Pabst Blue Ribbons that they would play my favorite song last. And I mean, this is a solid record. Reasons.
It really is, man.
The Red Pens' first record.
It's probably one of my favorite bands that I haven't actually heard of. Like, Dan introduced me to them, and these guys are fucking awesome. You think when you see a 2-person band or a 2-piece band, you think, oh, it's just another fucking White Stripes douchebag, or another Black Keys wannabe, or whatever.
Not the case.
Not
with
the
this
fucking
band.
Red Pins, man.
No, not at all. And they don't even have the same influences as a lot of those duos.
They don't really sound anything like the Black Keys or the White Stripes.
Fuck the Black Keys.
Well, fuck.
But
you just got a fucking hard feelings on the Black Keys.
Nothing
man.
wrong with duos like the Kills and the White Stripes.
Absolutely,
because I love
man.
those
They're
bands,
fucking
especially
great.
the Kills and early White Stripes.
Right, they have a great background. They know what they're fucking talking about when they listen to music. They're fucking excellent musicians. Jack White is one of the best musicians around, I would imagine. I mean,
I would agree.
He plays multiple
songwriter,
multiple instruments. Writes awesome fucking songs, especially if you like their fucking early stuff. I mean, they're great musicians. Of course, Meg White. I think I could teach a monkey to drum as well as Meg White does.
Oh, come on, give her some credit.
I mean, come on, dude. I mean, how hard is it to hit a fucking bass snare and then a cymbal every once in a while?
I can't do it. That's why I just play tom and snare.
There you go. Okay.
That's all I can do.
Okay, so maybe I can't teach a monkey to play as well as Meg White, but
because the Lord is a monkey.
That's right.
But anyways, where I was going with that, I mean, if you're a fan of Guided by Voices or Sonic Youth, and you like a little bit of noise, if you love Fender Jazz Masters, I mean,
Built to Spill, maybe?
Built to Spill, yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, the best, my favorite part about the Red Pens was just like Laura's drumming.
And she kicks the shit out of Meg White,
She kicks the shit out of those drums, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
she does.
and I'm a huge fan of simplicity when it comes to drums
really
and
is,
drums
man.
accentuating the guitar.
I give Meg White a hard time, man, but I tell you what, dude, she's fucking on spot. She fucking, she fucking accentuates the fucking guitar just like you should, man. That's what the drums are supposed to do.
Right. And I mean, Howard, God, those guys had so much energy when you'd see him play shows. And I mean, I saw him play at Cause if you live in Minneapolis, you know what I'm talking about, several times, and just the energy they would exude. Like, Howard would be completely soaked in sweat. His glasses would fall off his face, and I mean, just like so much spirit and love for the music. I mean, these guys are one of a kind, and you know, they went their separate ways, and you know that's what happens.
That's what happens.
You know, I'm really glad that I got a chance to know them and see them together, and they always blew my mind. So yeah, this is the last track off of their first album, Reasons. It's
Red
called
Pins.
Hung Out.